Hello and welcome to week 9 of PA212. We are in the final weeks of this class, and so we're just wrapping up some things. A couple housekeeping items before we start lecture. Remember that it is week 9, so your survey is due. And then also I'll be emailing out to you your final grades so that you kind of know where you stand before the final and what you'll need to make on it. If you're looking for a certain grade in the class, you'll want to do that. So that sums up that. This week we are in chapters 17 and 18 of your chapter, Pharmacy Technician Certification Exam Review Book, chapters 17 and 18. And I wanted to hit on the discussion question first. The discussion question actually prefers you to read the article and then give your opinion of how maybe you, as a pharmacy technician, could have helped the pharmacist with this mistake. So it's kind of a sad mistake. It actually killed a newborn, a 6-week-old newborn baby, because of some compounding errors, getting between a milliequivalent and a microequivalent, I think it was, or a milligram and a milliequivalent. I'm not for sure. But it was very easily done that he chose the wrong units, and then the computer didn't catch it that it was for a 6-week-old baby, and so never gave him a warning, and then that pharmacist went ahead and filled it, and it was given to the baby. So I'll let you read more into detail about it, but that's kind of the gist of it. I'm also going to put in the announcements about a story that I used to tell my pharmacy technicians in class about Emily, and she was a cancer patient who actually a pharmacy technician made this error. And so I just wanted to make sure that you know that although we are the technicians, we need to be checking our pharmacist as well. So yes, they check us, and we have other technicians checking us, but sometimes they need that extra check as well. And so as a technician and as a head technician, if you're the only one in the pharmacy with the pharmacist, make sure that you read over the order and you look at what was filled on the label. It's easy just to make sure that they match up, and that could have been a quick, hey, oops, you chose the wrong unit, send it back type of thing. But I'm wondering, because it was late at night, if the technician just didn't check the pharmacist, or maybe the pharmacist just filled it very quickly, didn't know to ask the tech. So I think it is our duty to step in and make sure that the patients are safe and that we're checking the pharmacist, because who's checking him or her if we aren't? You know, the patient is getting that medication. So make sure that you are doing your duty as well. All right, so let's lecture on chapter 17 and 18. Chapter 17 starts with the calculation of dose per time, and what we're talking about here is doing concentration times the flow rate equals dose over time. So it really helps when it's written out like that, because then you can really look into an example. And so on page 149, it talks to you about what is the amount of the drug. We're looking at grams or milligrams. What's the volume of the drug? We're looking at milliliters or liters. And then the concentration of drug in the solution, we're looking at milligrams over milliliters. So that gives us the concentration. The flow rate is the amount of fluid in the IV bag and the time it takes for it to empty. So we're looking for the amount of time, minutes, hours, seconds. So it's milliliters over hours. The amount of fluid, remember, fluid cannot be measured in milligrams or grams. It has to be in liters or milliliters. So make sure that you have that. And then it talks about multiplying that together and getting your answer, and what that answer should look like. It should be some type of unit over a time. It would be your dose per time. So milliliters, milligrams, or it can be hours, over hours, minutes, seconds, that kind of stuff. So it really does a really good job of walking you through it and then giving you a problem and walking you through that solution, just in time for you to answer the chapter review questions, odds only, in the back of your chapter, starting on page 152. Remember, I would love for you to do all of these questions, just so that it doesn't stump you when you come to them on the certification review. And if you are looking to work in the hospital pharmacy, these are things that you use on a daily basis. Doing PNs, doing TPNs, doing flow rates for IVs. So make sure that you know how to do it. It's also drops per mils that you're looking at, drops per hour, that kind of stuff. Chapter 18 is on compounding. There are two types of compounding, sterile and non-sterile. Non-sterile is when you're like maybe in a retail pharmacy and we're doing creams or we're doing lotions. Sterile would be in a hospital pharmacy where we have to get into aseptic technique or into garb, and you are filling IVs, you are filling TPNs, you are filling chemo, you are filling nuclear. I know we have a few nuclear students in here, so make sure that you pay attention to this. And then it's talking about making preparations from percentages. Remember that a percentage doesn't have to be scary. It's something grams over 100 mils, and you can break your percentage down that way. If you need help with that, please let me know. Reach out to me. I have worked problems and just sent pictures to people so that then they fill it in and they know how to do it. If you're having problems, reach out to me. I don't know you're having problems until I see it come back and we're getting zeros, or you're not doing anything at all. I don't know if you understand it or if you're just not participating. So please reach out to me. This is why I'm here. I want to answer your calculation questions. I used to teach math in the classroom all the time. I can teach it here. So let me know. All right, and then you'll have a quiz also this week. So make sure that you finish that as well. So just an extra survey due this week, along with all the rest of what is due in week 9. And then remember, next week we are doing our final. So make sure that you're ready for that. I hope you have a great week, and let me know how I can help. Talk with you soon.